KWQC-TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, it's Monday, which means we are featuring an adoptable four-legged friend. And today's friend comes from a shelter that is at capacity. We'll let you know how you can take advantage of some discounted adoption fees. Plus, we'll meet the newest face at the TV6 anchor desk. Chandler Brindley joins us to share how his journey from small-town Wisconsin brought him right here to the Quad Cities. And later in the show, we take you on location to Printing Plus. We'll see how this family-owned business has caught the eye of the Quad Cities for nearly 40 years and how the business and its offerings have changed over the years. Welcome to Quad Cities Live. It is Monday, August 18th. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Kyle Keel. Morgan has the day off. Well, art and community come together in Rock Falls, Illinois this weekend for the 8th annual Art in the Park Sculpture Walk and Outdoor Art Gallery. The RB&W district along the Rock River will feature brand new sculptures, an outdoor gallery with more than 20 artists, live music, and of course, plenty of food vendors. We're joined today by Melinda Jones, Director of Tourism and Events for Rock Falls, and artist David Zahn, whose work will be featured in this year's sculpture work. Thank you both for coming on today. And Melinda, as always, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you
yes,
for having me.
Always an exciting time there in Rock Falls at the RB&W district. A lot of renovation going on, and it's going to continue to happen here in the months and years ahead. So let's talk more about how we've transformed this park into this outdoor sculpture park that's really year-round.
Yeah, so it really began as the RB&W factory. Then it was a Reliant Fastener, and they took all that down because of the factory's closing, and then we turned it into the RB&W district, and we have sculptures there. We have all of our events are down there. We have a beautiful amphitheater down there. We just got bathrooms built, so we have restrooms,
exciting.
no more porta potties.
Yes.
So it's just ongoing. You know, eventually there'll be a water feature, and so yeah, we just keep improving.
We'll have to stay tuned for that water feature. That's for sure. So how long have you featured the outdoor sculptures?
This is our 8th year.
The 8th year for it. Okay, so how many sculptures are on display? Because I know you have some of them that are year-round.
Right, so we have 13 total sculptures, 5 of them are permanent, and then the other 8 are rotated out throughout the year. Okay, and so they'll stay for a year, and then they'll leave next August, and we'll get new ones in.
Yeah, we're looking at one of the photos of one of those sculptures as well. And David, that's where we bring you into the conversation, because your sculpture is being displayed this year. So talk a little bit more about your sculpture that's on display.
Well, yeah, well, I do sculptures in several different loans, you know, around, and the piece is titled Grace, and it's a woman's face, and it kind of turns into these blocks, and as you go around it, there's other things to see as you walk around it.
Okay, and that's this piece right here?
It's based on that piece.
Based on this piece
there's
right
more
here.
to it. For the one that's in the sculpture walk than that one.
So
but
this is a smaller scale version of it.
Smaller scale and a little less going on.
Yeah, awesome. So David, you're one of the artists selected. So Melinda, tell us where these sculptures come from. The artists are from really all over the Midwest.
They are. So this year we have Colorado, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Maryland.
Okay.
So yeah, they come from all over. You know, we've had them all the way from New York before too.
Oh, wow. So how do you go about picking which artist and which sculptist is going to be chosen?
So an artist does 2 submissions into what their sculpture, and then we have a committee that judges or basically chooses which one. So they only are given what the sculpture is, the picture of it, and then the specifications. And then they decide, and whoever the top 8 were, they are the ones that get placed in the park.
All right, and this year we've got a local, David. David taught at my high school, Moline High School, so shout out to David. What does it feel like to be chosen to have your art on display here at the Art Walk?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great opportunity and a great chance. As an artist, you know, you do work and you want people to see it and enjoy it, and so it gets to be there for a year and then possibly moves on somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, I've had pieces that have been on loan 7 or 8 times.
Oh, wow.
Different places around the country.
And talk about the value of having these public art displays. I feel like that's grown in popularity here locally in the last several years, of having these public art displays.
Yeah, you know, the Quad Cities does a display with all the Quad Cities, and I think it's an interesting way to put art in your community, not have to purchase anything, and it can change from year to year. And occasionally things do get sold that way and get purchased, but it's a neat way to keep it interesting, you know, to
Yeah.
have different pieces there. I had a piece in Bettendorf, you know, and then it was gone, and now something else is in its
Yeah.
place, and so it's kind of a nice thing.
It's ever changing. So let's talk more about the outdoor art gallery. We've got 20 plus
Yep,
artists.
we have 25.
25,
Yeah,
okay. And we've
so-
got different varieties of art as well. And you brought a few
We do.
examples here.
Yep. So we've got some wood from Ed Wade. We've got portrait. That is actually pencil.
Pencil.
Drawn. It's
Oh, wow.
pencil drawn. That's
Okay.
by Brandy Benson. She actually last year won our best of show.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
she's awesome.
Yeah.
Some pottery from Nick Swanson, and another piece down there is from Sloan Wolf. She does outdoor art gallery or outdoor art pieces.
Okay.
But we've got pottery, we've got jewelry, we have a glass demonstration, blown
Oh,
glass demonstration
yes.
that's going on. We
That's always
also
neat to
have
see.
sourdough bread demonstration going on. So
That's
they'll
becoming
make-
more and more
Yeah,
popular.
very
People
much.
doing their own sourdough
Yeah,
startups.
and that's
for
really
sure.
an art. So
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
certainly
I
is.
can't do it.
I don't think I could either. So
yeah.
we've got the best of contest as well.
Yes.
A little cash money involved in that.
$250.
$250. So how do people vote for
So
it?
everybody, you'll have a QR code at their booth, and they can do that, or they can come up to tourism tent and vote. And it's just one vote per person, and they just vote for who they think, you know, go on creativity, display, everything, you know, that you think that they deserve that best
Sure.
of show.
Sure. And obviously, we were seeing some pictures on the screen. And it's much more than the art. It's just a
Yes.
whole fun atmosphere as well.
Yes.
Live music. You've got the
Yes.
vendors that we were showing as well.
We've got live music. We have 3 different musicians that'll be there. There'll be Jay Vaughn, James Perrin, and Pat Jones. They'll play throughout the day. We've got a couple of food trucks down there, so
Oh, yeah.
we've got it all.
Everyone loves a good food truck. So, David, what are you most looking forward to this weekend?
Well, you know, just getting the work to a new location.
Yeah.
And when I do the pieces, I tend to just put them somewhere, bring them back. This one was somewhere else once before, and then I cover them up, so I only get to see them when I display them. And so
Sure.
I, you know, uncover it. I usually clean them up real good.
Yeah.
And hope they handle it another winter well.
Well, yeah, make it look nice and pretty there along the Rock River, which I'm sure it will. So lots of fun to be had in Rock Falls. The Art in the Park Sculpture Walk and Outdoor Gallery, Art Gallery rather, is set for this Saturday, August 23rd from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The RBNW District Park is located at 201 East 2nd Street there in Rock Falls. And of course, if you haven't been to Rock Falls in a while, a good time to check out the downtown area as well. Melinda, David, thank you so much for joining us today on Quad Cities Live.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, have
Thanks.
a great weekend. It sounds like a fun event. Well, coming up on QCL, meet today's adoptable four-legged friend. QC Paws will join us after the break with a special offer on adult cat and dogs. Hey, it's Monday, which means it's time for Adoptable Four-Legged Friends. NBC and Telemundo are teaming up with more than 1,000 animal shelters across the U.S. to clear the shelters this month. Several shelters in our viewing area are participating. And one of the shelters is actually looking for forever homes for their animals because they're at 100% capacity. Sam Wiley joins us now from Rock Island County Animal Care and Control and QC Paws. Sam, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
You know, it seems like many times throughout the year when you have you on, it's always at 100% capacity. So today is no different.
I would tell you we're 125%
125%
capacity. It's
capacity.
incredibly full.
You need help.
We need help.
One of these little girls that would like to come to your home to live is this sweet little calico cat. This is Lakin.
It is.
Tell us more about Lakin.
Lakin is about 8 weeks old.
She's so cute.
She is feisty, fun. She's got the
Feisty,
best
fun.
personality you could ask for.
Look at that face.
Yes, and she's beautiful.
She is beautiful. What kind of home would she be best in, do you think?
I think she would be good in any home.
Yeah.
You know, young kids, she's definitely got, you know, the energy for them.
Yeah.
She's got, I think she would be great at any home.
Okay. You do meet and greets at the shelter?
With the people,
the
yes.
people?
Yeah,
Okay.
Cats are a little hard to do meet and greets with.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that. So let's talk about a special to kind of clear the shelter because, you know, many times throughout the year I've noticed that you guys do these adoption, not necessarily waves, but you decrease the adoption price for especially the adult cats and dogs.
Right. Right now they are $25. So if you are looking to put an adult dog into your home, this is the time for sure.
Yeah, and we were talking just before the show. It seems like right as you get some of these animals out, more come in, right?
Right. It feels like yesterday we had 7 dog adoptions, which is such a wonderful day.
It is, yeah.
And we couldn't be happier, except for we've filled all of the kennels now.
So just as
Yeah.
soon as you get them out, you get that
They
many
all
more
come
in.
back
So
in.
we're showing a slideshow here of some of those dogs that
know,
are
I
up
love
for
seeing
adoption.
it.
So look at how adorable. I just
They
don't
are.
understand how someone can leave these animals behind. So adult cat or dog, is that what was it considered, 7 years or older?
No, that's a year.
That's-
a year,
oh, a year or
yes,
older. Okay.
The 7 and older is for our seniors, for seniors.
That's right, and I wanted to talk to you about that as well, because I think this is a really cool program for our senior citizens, 65 years or older, that if they get paired up with an adult cat or dog at 7 years or older,
Correct.
you actually waive that entire
We
adoption
waive the
fee.
entire adoption.
Or fee, I should say.
Correct.
It is free.
It is free.
Yeah, how's that program worked out for you?
It has been good. You know, older cats and dogs get overlooked because
Yeah.
people want the young, they want the energetic, they want all of that. And seniors don't want that. They
Yeah.
come in and say, I don't want a puppy, I don't
No.
want a kitten.
a
What
lot of
else
work.
do you have? Yeah, and it's great. It's great to pair them together.
Yeah, and this $20 adoption fee, how has that worked for you in the past?
Lowering the adoption fee has helped in the past. We really need it now. We
Yeah.
need people to come out and adopt the animals.
Yeah, why do you think now is an issue, especially where you're constantly at that overcapacity?
I can't tell you if it's the economy. I can't tell you if it's just fear, or I'm not sure. I mean, it just seems like they keep flooding in, and I know it's not just our shelter that's
Yeah,
affected by
right.
this. It's all the shelters.
Yeah, it seems like every week when we have an adoptable pet on, it's always we need help getting these animals
Correct.
out. And do you do fosters there?
We do foster out kittens
Okay.
mostly.
Okay, yeah.
It's hard to foster out dogs. We foster kittens until they're old enough to get fixed, get
Yeah.
adopted, come back into the home. We have been so fortunate with some of our fosters. They end up finding homes for the kittens that
Oh.
they have been fostering. So that's
Oh,
kind
that's
of a
great.
great feeling.
Yeah.
But even if you don't find the homes for them, I mean, you can get them into a home for
Yeah.
6-8 weeks and get the love that they need and the nourishment that they need, and then we adopt them out, and they're wonderful.
Yeah, just
So- Mm-hmm.
kind of gets them up to speed to find their forever home, that's for sure. And are you looking for volunteers now?
We're always looking for volunteers. We have so many dogs that need some walking and cats that need loving. It's definitely a great time to come out.
All right, and let's talk about how long you're going to have this this lowered adoption fee.
Until I say it's over.
Until she says it's over. She's the director. She gets to call that. So, yeah, we really do need to clear these shelters, get these dogs and cats good homes, because,
Correct.
you know, it's not good for them to be in the shelter for long periods of time. So if you would like to take a look at some
I
of
love
these
him.
dogs that are up for adoption, look at Parker there. He's smiling
him.
on the camera.
I love
Mia.
Parker.
Oh, gosh, they're all adorable. Again, crybaby.
Yeah.
I love the names that you choose for some of
Yes,
these animals.
one of our girls, Julie, does a great job naming the cats.
Oh, yes. We love a creative name, that's for sure. Well, QC Paws works to support Rock Island County Animal Care and Control. They're located on 78th Avenue in Moline. So we've got the address and phone number on your screen. If you want to learn more about the services, adoption, or ways to donate, they're always looking for those donations. Head to qcpaws.org. And those pictures you saw came right from their Facebook page. You scroll and scroll and scroll, and you're going to get endless pictures of the dogs and cats that are up for adoptions. You can find them on Facebook at QC Paws. Lakin, thank you for joining us. Oh, you want to play, huh? You want to play?
She's going to give you 5.
A little playful kitty there. Lakin, we hope to find you a home. Sam, as always, thank you so much.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
us.
Of course. Well, coming up on QCL, from calling college sports to covering breaking news, Chandler Brindley has done it all. Now he's bringing his passion for storytelling to TV6. We'll get to know him next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
We are excited to introduce you to the newest member of our KWQC TV6 family. You've already likely seen him behind the anchor desk on the weekends as well as out in the field during the week. But today he is hitting the airwaves at a different time. Everyone, please welcome our new weekend evening anchor, Chandler Brindley. Chandler, welcome to the show.
Hey, good to be here, Kyle.
Yeah, good to be here as well. Love the name. As I told you, we named our daughter Chandler. So Chandler can be a boy or a girl name, we found out. So let's get right to it. So let's talk about your hometown roots. You're from Boscobel, Wisconsin.
Boscobel, Wisconsin, about an hour north of Dubuque, Iowa. I grew up there. I wasn't born there, raised there, graduated from high school in 2018, and actually my family was one of the first settlers of Boscobel back in the
You guys are kind of a big deal up there.
Yeah, back in the 1800s. If you look in our cemetery, were one of the first gravestones. So,
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little deal that our family has there. We don't make a big deal out of it, but my family owned a car dealership there for a long time. That kind of went away in 2006, but my grandpa Jack started it. And yeah, I have a lot of friends, family, and what have you in Boscobel.
So people know who the Brindleys are.
That's yes. I think if you were to ask anybody in southwestern Wisconsin or eastern Iowa even, they know who the Brindleys are. Yeah.
All right. So you graduated from Boscobel High School in 2018. So where did you go to college then?
So I started in a 2-year campus in Richland Center, Wisconsin. At the time, it was called UW Richland. It went through a little bit of a process. It joined and eventually became a part of UW Platteville.
Oh, sure.
So it was a 2-year branch campus, part of the University of Wisconsin system. Went there for 2 years. I worked in radio at WRCO AM and FM, kind of a small mom pop station there in Richland Center while I was getting my associate's degree. I transferred out of there kind of in the height of COVID, 2020, December of 20, and I went to UW Oshkosh.
So you got your start in radio. You got the voice for it.
Yes. I've always been told that, Kyle.
So what was your college experience like then? I know it can be a little weird in COVID times, so I've heard.
It was. I started out, and it was kind of the normal college experience in 2018, 2019, but then we got into COVID and it got really weird. I'd never taken any courses online growing up in rural Wisconsin. You always had the teacher in the classroom. You always had that classroom interaction. It was really different. It really was. I would say, though, that both UW Platteville and UW Oshkosh did a really nice job of making it as seamless as they could to thrive in an environment as such. I was doing homework at home or in the radio studio and not on campus. There was a I can't even remember. It was a botany course. I had a botany course. I was done for the day, and I never went back to campus in Richland Center. That was it. I mean, it was really weird. It really was a weird time. But
it was.
Both of those set me up for success and for where I am today here in the QCA.
Yeah, so obviously, you do a really good job at the anchor desk. You're doing a really good job reporting. But we got to talk about this because you originally wanted to be a meteorologist.
I did, yes. I grew up, I had kind of a unique environment growing up with cable television news. Boscobel sits between, it's officially the Madison DMA, but it sits between La Crosse, Madison, and Cedar Rapids, Waterloo. So
very familiar.
It was great growing up severe weather-wise because we would watch Mark Schnackenberg at KWWL or Joe Winters at KCRG. In La Crosse, if it came from the Northwest, you would watch Dan Breeden at WXOW, where I used to work. And by the time it got to Crawford County or it hit the Mississippi River, the Madison television stations would take over and cover it all the way through. My fascination with weather kind of goes all the way back to growing up watching the morning news in the morning. We were big NBC 15 people in my household, WMTV TV in Madison. So actually Charlie Shortino came to my elementary school when I was
I know that name,
4th grade, I think, but he's been there for a number of years. But yeah, I had a fascination for it. Sadly, my math and science skills were not suitable for that, but I could talk. And I acquired some writing skills.
Yeah, I don't really get to talk to Chandler much because as I'm preparing for the show, he's just getting started with his day. But I follow you on social media, and I've noticed that he's posted about weather, and he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So you've got that interest in weather.
Yeah. We actually had an EF3 tornado a number of years ago come through my hometown there. So it's kind of weird to have that in a valley river town in southwestern Wisconsin, but you can have tornadoes anywhere.
Hey, you took the words right out of my mouth, and you never know how strong they were. EF3, that's pretty remarkable. Wow. All right, so after college, after you got through the whole COVID times, you got your first TV job in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is where you came to us.
So, I graduated, got my radio, TV, film major, and my journalism minor. And I did like a 4-month job search, kind of looking around, and I eventually landed in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Although the TV station was, the TV station was actually in La Crescent, Minnesota, but we were in the La Crosse
had
Eau
no
Claire
idea.
market.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, I started at WXOW-TV in June of 23, and then I ended my time there in La Crosse and the Coulee region in early July of 25 So I grew very much as a person after college and as a journalist during my time at TV19, and forever grateful for being able to start in a market, Kyle, that I actually kind of knew where I was going. This has been a whole new experience for me here in Davenport.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these towns. So
as you've learned, right?
Right.
And we were just talking before the show. A few mispronunciations of towns, but we're gonna get Chandler all caught up.
I'm getting there.
It's all going to be great. So you've been here now. This is your second month on the job. So you've really gotten yourself out there in the community.
I have, yeah. I've been out to Whitey's.
Gotta have the Whitey's. Now you gotta have country style too. They're good too.
Okay,
country style.
I stopped during my interview here actually at the Shed.
Oh, the Machine Shed.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great place.
That was good.
They're on the show all the time.
That was an experience. Good home style Midwestern meal. But yeah, I commonly see me at city council meetings, various events. The Bix race was a nice kind of welcome into this is kind of what Davenport, Rock Island, Moline, and Bettendorf are all about.
Definitely. So what are you most looking forward to as far as your storytelling? What kind of stories do you really like to focus on?
I wouldn't say that I have a beat per se. I like covering a number of things. I like the fluff pieces, obviously, but hard news, I won't shy away from hard news. I did a story last week on inmates in the Scott County Jail. That was a harder story. But no, I wouldn't say I have a particular beat, but it's a good question. What do I like covering?
I mean, you
all sorts of things, honestly. I mean, really. Yeah. Politics. You know, a kid swimming in a pool. I mean,
and you never know each day when you're going to come in. You're what we call a general assignment reporter. So obviously, we've got the city council meetings that we must cover. But if there's ever a day that someone's doing something good out there in the community, you want to cover that too.
Absolutely.
And I heard that you were about to pick up a camera and go storm chasing recently.
Yes.
So you want to do that too?
I could do that. I did some of that actually right before I came here in La Crosse. We had some nasty storms roll through, but I could do that if we needed it.
I'm sure we'll need it someday, right?
Right.
You get that itch of weather. I know it's there. I can tell. All right. Well, if you want to follow Chandler, you can do that on his Facebook page. Just search Chandler Brindley. And of course, if you have any story ideas, chandler.brindley@kwqc.com. You can catch him reporting on the news at 10 Monday through Wednesday. And of course, he is the anchor of our weekend evening newscast Saturday and Sunday right here on KWQC TV6. Chandler, welcome and keep up the great work. You're doing a great job.
Good to be here, Kyle. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you as well. We'll still head in the second half of Quad Cities Live. That's What She Said Quad Cities is back this week and at a new location. Well, details on the event that promises to leave you feeling inspired, empowered, and appreciative of the women in your life. Plus, Printing Plus is a family-owned business operated here in the Quad Cities, celebrating 4 decades. We'll take you on location to see all the services they offer and how the business has evolved over the years. But first, we've got a first alert day out there as some strong storms are starting to pop off west of the Quad Cities when they could affect your hometown. Coming up in your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland after the break. Well, 3 women-led organizations are teaming up to bring an inspiring, uplifting event to the community as it continues to grow. That's What She Said Quad Cities is making its way back to the Quad Cities this week. Sarah Stevens with Sanctuary Studios is joining us now to talk a bit more about this year's event. Welcome back to QCL, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for being here today. Obviously, this is a big team effort between your business as well as 2 other women-led organizations here in the Quad Cities. So tell us more about That's What She Said Quad Cities.
Sure. That's What She Said Quad Cities. It's kind of a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. I know. I was pausing. I'm like, am I saying this correctly?
You did do it,
yes.
Yeah. And I had to mimic it. Anyway, so That's What She Said. We call it TWSS because it is so much.
It is,
right?
yeah. I noticed that in your notes.
Yeah. So That's What She Said Quad Cities is actually it originated as the She Said Project in Champaign-Urbana. So it was three women who wanted to create a world where there was room for their daughters' stories. And this was several years ago. Yeah, I loved it too. And so the She Said Project then spawned the That's What She Said event. And that happened locally in Champaign. And then it went to, after several years, it went to Bloomington, and then they have spread regionally. They have quite a few events throughout the year. So we got involved, the Quad Cities got involved a couple of years ago, so this is our second year.
Yeah.
And actually, though it had been in the works for years before that, Jen Davis from Junior League had reached out to me and said, I really want to host a women's conference, and I found this thing, this She Said Project. What do you think of it? Well, at the time I was doing the Beautiful Project, so I've always been about the stories that women tell. So it seemed like natural alignment to me. It took us several years to get it off the ground, but here we are in our second year.
Your second year, you were saying that the first year you didn't know what to expect, and it was a huge success.
It was. You know, coming into it, I think when you haven't done something before, this area, we really like to do things that are familiar.
Yeah,
right?
oh, for sure.
Yeah. So getting people to buy into a new concept, a new event, it can be a little challenging. So we came into the night not sure about how it was going to land, and all three of us, all three organizations walked out really committed to bringing it back for at least a second year.
So Sanctuary Studios, you mentioned the Junior League of the Quad Cities as well as YWCA of the Quad Cities.
Correct, yeah, the YWCA actually hosted us the first year.
Yeah, and then this year you're at a new spot.
We do, yeah. I'm really excited about this year. I'm very grateful to the YWCA for hosting us the first year, but this year we're able to be at the Spotlight Theater. So
beautiful spot.
Sanctuary Studios is on the second floor. The Spotlight Theater is perfect for a storytelling event like this. Big stage, bright lights, theater seating. It'll be really cool.
Yeah, how do you go about picking the speakers for the event?
Sure. Well, we take submissions. We market on social media, and basically we just challenge women to think about the fact that everybody has a story. And then we take written submissions. The first year we did video submissions. That seemed to be a bit of a barrier for people.
Okay.
So this year we just had people write in, what would you tell us about? And then there's a panel of us. We get all of those stories submitted to us blind, so we don't know who submitted what.
Yeah, okay.
And then from that we vote, and then the top, I think we have 7 stories this year. The top 7 float to the top.
Perfect.
And we reach out and extend the invitation.
All right, so this event is for everyone. So what can they expect as they come to the Spotlight Theater?
Yeah, we have stories about all sorts of things. There are a couple that deal with health challenges, a lot that deal with this idea of turning a dream into something real, going after your dreams. Yeah. So these are just ordinary women, and that's one of the powerful pieces of this, is that it isn't about amplifying celebrity voices, which already have enough amplification. Right?
Yeah.
This is about handing a mic to the wisdom of ordinary women telling extraordinary truths.
And we've got those ordinary women telling those extraordinary truths on your screen right now. So these are going to be the speakers here coming up this Thursday. So how can people get tickets to the event?
Yeah, there's a link online.
Yes,
so,
and we're going to throw this up at the end as well. So can we get tickets at the door, though?
You can. There are limited tickets available at the door. I don't know exactly what limited means. I was just told limited.
Limited.
So I think that we are pushing people to have advance tickets to make sure we have enough space for everybody.
Yeah, and you can get those tickets for $20. So what are you hoping that comes out of this event? Are you hoping for a year 3?
We're always hoping for I think we would love to do it again if the audience is receptive to this idea. But if the first year is any indication, I'm not worried. I mean, I think this particular effort will continue to grow as long as we make room for it to do that.
Yeah, and I was telling her, should men go to this? Absolutely men should go to this, because you're going to come out of it feeling inspired and also appreciating the women in your life, because women go through a lot, and they have great stories to tell.
That's
so
right.
That's what She Said Quad Cities is happening this Thursday, August 21st at the Spotlight Theater in Moline. Doors will open at 4:30 and the main event is at 5:30. Advance tickets are $20, and you can get them at the web address on your screen, and we'll be sure to post all of this information on our website, kwqc.com. Just click on Quad Cities Live. Sarah, thanks again for joining us, and have fun this Thursday.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, next on Quad Cities Live, we take you on location to the new location for family-owned business that is called Davenport Home for 40 years. A look behind the scenes at Printing Plus coming up.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
If you've been driving around the Quad Cities and you notice a vehicle that catches your eye because of the wrap, or you see a business sign that's a little bit flashy, well, chances are it got its start right here in the Wrap Rack Garage at Printing Plus Signs in Davenport. I'm joined now by the third generation owner of Printing Plus Signs, Brian Sawville. Brian, thanks for having us down here today.
Yeah, thank you.
What does it mean to be celebrating 40 years in the Quad Cities community? That's a pretty impressive anniversary.
Yeah. Well, for one, it's exciting to withstand the test of time, especially in the printing industry and how much it's changed.
Yeah.
We've had to, in the past 15 years, get into like the sign and apparel business, which has kind of brought us into the future. We don't do as much paper printing as we used to, because that was kind of like what we were all about.
Yeah.
And now the vehicle wraps and the signage has taken off more than like 80% of our business.
Oh, wow. Say I'm a brand new business owner. I have all these ideas in my head of what I want my business to be, but gosh, I don't know how to brand this thing. This is where I come to you, and you can really help me from the bottom up.
Yeah, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get you set up with a designer and get your ideas. Even if these ideas come offline and you bring us 3, 4, 5 ideas, we're never gonna copy them. We're just gonna put them in a pot and design your custom logo. Usually we start off with a business card, and then we do those in-house. So we're starting with your logo, your branding into your business card. Also, we can move right into your apparel. And if you have a storefront, we're able to go into your storefront, do your vinyl lettering on your windows, do your big sign out maybe on the marquee or out by the street. And then when it comes time and you want to wrap your vehicle, we can also help you out with that.
Is there really anything too big or too small that you can't do?
No, not at all. I mean, we've started with somebody bringing a job, literally with a design on a napkin, literally.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and we'll pretty much take that idea and build off of it and send the customer proofs and be in contact with the customer and build their design up to what they want on their vehicle or storefront or anything they want to do on their business.
All right, and you were mentioning a little bit about 3D signage as well.
Yeah, so we do a wide range of 3-dimensional lettering signage that we call kind of a router cut letter sign, lit or non-lit. Okay. So you can, these are all LED lit signs, and we not only design them, we install them. You can see exactly what it's going to look like mocked up on your building, so there would be like no surprise at the end of when we're done with your project.
So Brian, you really take pride in your design team here at Printing Plus Signs.
Yes, we do. We have 4 designers on staff that are very talented, and everything that you see at Printing Plus that comes out of our door, from all of our our wall wraps to our vehicle wraps to our custom storefronts, is all designed in-house from our customers' ideas.
And Brian, you were telling me off camera that you actually have 3 designers who are bilingual, so they can actually help out with the Spanish-speaking community.
Which helps a lot with getting their ideas to what they want to do with their business or company.
One of the things that you and your team really pride yourself on is your customer service at Printing Plus Signs.
Yes. So what I would say about Printing Plus and our customer service is we have a sales staff that is dedicated to answering the phone, answering the emails, and getting back to the customers.
We've talked about your great design staff, but you also have your own install staff here at Printing Plus Signs.
Yes, we do. Yes. So we have guys that do our installs on our vehicle wraps, and then also we have a bucket truck service. So that would be another install team that goes out and installs our signage, our box signs, our 3-dimensional lettering signs, and does all of our electrical work on our signs.
So Brian, you touched on your staff. You obviously have the manpower to get the job done, but you also have the right tools and equipment to really get the job done efficiently.
Our machinery is always upgraded every 5 years at the latest. Oh, okay. Yeah, so right now we've got one of our machines that runs our vehicle wraps. We'll actually run a vehicle wrap in about an hour and a half. Oh. And then it is dry to get laminated, which is a laminating coat that you put over top of the vehicle for the UV rays, and just makes the wrap more durable and easier to put on. We also print all of our t-shirts in-house. We have a flatbed printer which prints directly onto the substrate, which is just a speed thing. It makes so the customer can get their product a little bit faster, and it's easier for our staff to get the product done quicker also.
So in general, Brian, how long does it really take from start to finish to get a project done? From the time that a business owner is coming in to talk about the details of the logo or the design to the completed product?
How soon does the customer need it is really a big thing. Like, we can turn things in a couple days if need be to help the customer, but ultimately 1 week turnaround to no more than 2 ever.
So Brian, we kind of touched on the new businesses and how you help them out, but say I'm also a business celebrating 40 years. I need a kind of revamp on my signs. Can you do that as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. We can help come into your business and and look at some new modern ways to get your business noticed. By upgrading, maybe it's a box sign out on the front that needs new LED lighting just to make the sign brighter, and maybe some new graphics to just kind of bring it up out of the 80s and into the new age.
So Brian, let's talk more about the apparel that you provide here at Printing Plus Signs, because it's more than just putting a logo on a t-shirt. You offer various different kind of designs and various different apparel as well.
Yeah. So we have a huge variety of shirts to choose from that when you come down, you could pick out what kind of shirt you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for a polo, or maybe a light t-shirt, or a heavy t-shirt, or a heavy sweatshirt. We offer embroidery, and we also offer full color printing, like the shirt I'm wearing right now.
So one of the things that I noticed as we were driving in, the first thing I noticed was the Rap Rat Garage. You got a nice little painting on the garage of a rat. So is that kind of like your mascot?
So the Rap Rat is just kind of our little fun mascot that, you have the river rats right along the Mississippi. So why not have a little Rap Rat right down here in Davenport?
What's it been like to be in this new spot?
Well, it's really great because we had two locations for 4 years before this. So now we have everybody under one roof, and it's amazing how much smoother the company works. It's great being down here on Division Street with so much more visibility, and just the way the building looks, I'm really happy with the move.
Thanks so much to Brian, Mary, and the whole team down at Printing Plus Signs for having us down there. They are located at 427 North Division Street in Davenport. We've got the phone number on your screen, and you can check out all of their services at qcaprintingplus.com. Well, up next, we will talk about our wins of the weekend with Eric and a preview of what you'll see Tuesday right here on Quad Cities Live. Tuesday on Quad Cities Live, we'll preview Aledo Antiques Day and Car Show, which includes a pinup contest, live entertainment, and vendors galore. Plus, how you can meet the popular podcasters of Cinema Therapy, that is special film screening in Davenport. Get all the details and more Tuesday at 3 o'clock right here on Quad Cities Live. Well, it is time for wins of the weekend, as yet another weekend is behind us. A very busy weekend here in the Quad Cities. Went by way too fast. We had alternating currents. We had Floatzilla, and we had the weather that was kind of brutal. Sometimes, it was brutal, whether you were having storms or you were, in the 105 heat index.
Yeah, right. It's like every year in the Quad Cities, after we hit Bix, I mean, the tail end of the summer just flies by.
Yeah, it sure does. So what's your win this weekend?
So it was Floatzilla weekend, and if you don't know, I'm in the Coast Guard Auxiliary. And, I love the things that I'm learning there, so it's always nice to give back. At the Coast Guard Auxiliary, our role is to do safety patrols up and down the river. We've got kayakers embedded from the auxiliary paddlers. And, of course, there's a lot of communication between the law enforcement boats, the fire department boats, our boats. Yes, I know, intel, not really a word that's associated with me much, but that was my position. And basically, I was watching the weather and gathering some information for the computers at the station. That's where the communication center was. So there was a lot of fun things to do, and that's how I spent my weekend, at least in the air conditioning. As opposed
that's a bonus.
To out in the 110-degree heat index.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty much where I spent a lot of my weekend. We had a friend from college in town, and him and a couple of other friends with our kids took them all to Westlake Park, the beach there.
Yeah.
And it was a great time. They're the kids all going out in the water for the first time. And then there's that little obstacle course there in the distance.
I asked you about that because I had not seen that before.
Yeah, I don't remember it either from the last time I was there, which I think it was, I don't know, probably 15 years ago at this point in time. It had been a while, but when I went out there to the little obstacle course, my son was just tall enough to go on it, so he was all about it. And then we get there, and he was a little hesitant with some of the bigger kids around, but they had a lot of fun, and I actually had a lot of fun too. Got to go out swimming. Now that there were multiple parents to watch the kids, so I had a little adult time as well. But it was a lot of fun. Very brutally hot. I'm going to be honest with you. That last round of sunscreen I forgot to apply to myself, so my back's a little achy today. But
the last time I was at Westlake Park, I got a bad sunburn too.
Yes,
but that was about almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, direct sunlight is just no good, right?
All right.
Looking forward to those 70s and 80s, by the way, which Eric's going to talk more about that and those storms coming up on your local news at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.